Hello, everyone. Welcome to this Founders Town Hall, the first of 2023. I'm Nick Kalyani, the founder of Nifty Dreams. I'm super happy to see you and wish you all a very, very happy new year. I hope you guys had great fun celebrating the new year. And not sure if you are still partying or if you're done with the partying, but whatever it is, enjoy. I am here today to tell you about some exciting things. We haven't had a founders town hall in a couple of weeks because I've had a bit of a cough and a cold, and as you can tell from my voice, or maybe you can't, I don't know, I'm still kind of getting over it. But I thought it was important to start off the new year with a bang, and so here I am. Welcome everybody. I see a lot of people here. Hello, Kubji, hello Mayank, hello Black Inferno, Shekwalo, Rana. Great to see you all, and super excited about the topic for today. Let's see here. Got some comments. Crispy Coco Art, Firoze. Hello. Welcome everyone. I'm so excited to see you. All right. So let's get right down to it. All right. Usually at these founders town halls, I spend a little bit of time giving you lots of updates about the DAOs and all that. But I'll tell you what I want to do today is be very focused on one thing, and that is our upcoming new platform. I want to make sure that I give you a good overview of it, and you get a chance to understand what we are talking about here, and to ask some questions. I'm gonna have a Twitter thread about this also, and you're gonna see more of it as time passes, because we are actually in active development, and I want to make sure that we are actually developing in the open, so you can see things as they are kind of building up. So let me just get right down to it. Let's see, we got a share screen here. Share screen, boom. There we go. All right, so today what I'd like to do, friends, is tell you about our new platform called artistIQ. So it's spelled artistIQ because it is designed to make artists make smart decisions about in the world of NFTs. It is designed for you, and it is designed to really help you shape your future and your destiny in the world of NFT art. So I'll tell you this: if this were a presentation to some corporate scenario, etc., this would be very polished, and I would be, having a lot of sort of beautiful artwork and all that. But look, this is a DAO, and what we are doing is showing you things as they progress. So I am showing you things fresh, really, like right away as we are working on them. They're not all packaged and made to look pretty and all that. What it is straight information, transparent information for you to start seeing what we are talking about. So right away, I'm going to get into the artistic platform. Before I do that, I want to make one thing very clear. So so far, the DAO's been progressing. We've had different initiatives, etc. And the reason this platform exists is we felt that we needed some way to integrate everything together into a nice package that everyone understands. So right now there were a bunch of initiatives, etc., and people are like this, that, X, Y, Z, etc. And it was very confusing and hard. But now it's all going to be one platform that we are building, the artistic platform. We're working toward it, and you will see right now in a few minutes exactly how that's all going to come together. So, what I'm going to do now is spend some time walking you through how the platform is going to work and what its components are. I have a slide here that I tweeted the other day, and I wanted to share it here now before I go into my presentation because I really truly want you to visualize what we are up to here. So, we are seeing a future where if there's a consumer product that has a customizable surface, we'll work with brand partners and we'll personalize it with custom art, your custom art, and we'll mint an NFT at the point at which the customer buys the product. So the future, as we are seeing it, is mint last, not mint first. Why should you, the artist, have to be forced to make a decision up front about should I mint one, should I have editions, which platform should I mint on? Those are all decisions that don't need to be made early, right? Like we could defer those decisions until the point of sale, and that's kind of what we are building. And this is the primary initiative we are starting off with. But keep in mind that the Nifty Dreams DAO is designed to experiment with lots of different ways in which we can make money. So this is our first and our biggest way, but later, maybe like later in the year, etc., we might have other experiments also. So this is not the only experiment, but this is by far the biggest one and the one I'm most excited about and really, really want to make sure that we do some amazing things. All right, let me take a sip of chai. I have to be careful because my throat is still a bit sore, and so if I speak too fast, then it starts getting a bit raspy. All right, so let's go on here to look at the process. So on this slide, what I want to do is help you understand how we will onboard artists. So this process has this workflow you're seeing has gone through some iterations, and each time we kind of refine it a little bit. And what you're seeing here is the current status. So the first thing that happens is that our sales team or sales partners, if you will, they agree to license artworks from the DAO to customize the physical product. That's step one. All right. So what we do then is we negotiate the license terms, we negotiate the technical requirements, and the volume commitment. So how many do you need? Do you need 100? Do you need 1,000? Do you need 10,000 artworks? Do you need 1,000,000 artworks? I don't know, whatever it might be, right? Then the new project is added to the artistic platform with product specific templates for artists to download. So earlier days, when I used to talk about this consignment model, I had imagined sort of a pool of artworks, all of them, and you can just select whatever. And as we got into product development, we realized that that's not going to work, because if you're designing a template for a sneaker versus a template for a dress or a car, it's totally different, right? Like you got to design the artwork to fit the template so it looks good. Otherwise, you don't want just a rectangular artwork to be pasted onto something. It will look terrible. We want it to look really, really beautiful. And so instead of dealing with rectangular shapes, what you'll be dealing with is a template that might be the shape of whatever product you're in, and your artwork must fit that template. So that shape could be anything. It doesn't have to be a circle, a square, a triangle, or a rectangle. It could be some, like a sneaker, for example, right? It's got a sneaker shape. So your artwork must be in there. So what you do is you download a template So you know exactly how your artwork must be presented so it looks awesome. It gives you the opportunity to actually highlight certain aspects within the artwork. So number four, you create the artwork and you submit a concept. So we are not asking you to do the full artwork at once. This is another thing that came to light is um, we can't expect you to spend days or weeks or whatever it is creating an artwork and not knowing if it will pass the approval of the brand and our curators, etc. So what we want is to divide this into two parts. What we have is first have you do a concept, right? So the concept should be maybe a pencil sketch or something like that, very quick, easy enough for you to do. Maybe you spend a couple of hours, whatever, saying, here's my idea. And you complete an onboarding form where you submit your files and your price terms, metadata, etc. Now, a team of the DAO curators and the brand curators, right? Ultimately, some brand is going to have it. They want to know, yes, I want this or I don't want it. All right. They'll review your concept and they'll approve some of the submissions. So if your submission is approved, you haven't spent a lot of time, it got approved. If your submission is not approved, that's okay. There will be lots and lots of projects. The idea here is there's lots of projects for you to try from eventually. So chances are very, very good that your concepts will be approved for some, if not all of them. So once you're approved, then you go into final kind of production and you actually create it. So first step is concept, and then second step is approval. Okay, now what happens? Now we have um, the consignment and sale. But before I do that, let's see if there's any concepts. Hope you have had ginger in that chai. Yes, I had that. Thank you. Sheikh Wallo, I love the idea. Firoze, great. Yes. Kupti, I can already see the DAO making artists sufficient to live with the artworks. Oh, you're going to see much more than that, friend. In just a moment, I'm going to show you a slide that helps you make this very real. All right. Now there comes the consignment and sale. All right. So your final artwork is added to the consignment smart contract. So we won't get into an actual blockchain contract until your final artwork is approved, right? So until then, it's all conceptual. But once it's approved, bam, it's in a smart contract with all the terms and all that. Now, I'm going to gloss over between 1 and 2, but there's a very complex workflow there, but it doesn't concern this part. So I'm going to leave it out. But basically, we'll have a tech platform that causes your artwork to show up on the brand's website. So imagine the customer is going there and they are buying some product. What's going to happen is there's going to be a modal window that pops up. A modal window is one that's in the front. You can't click around it. And in that, the artwork choices are displayed. So then the consumer will select the artwork. That's step number 3, and finish checkout and paying for the product. Now, when the checkout is successful, they've paid, right? An NFT is minted. All right. And that NFT has the provenance of the product. What product did you buy? What is the serial number of it? What date, who's the manufacturer, who's the brand, all of that. And with it is also the NFT for your artwork. So it's a combined NFT that is related to the product. And of course, it cites you as the owner of that artwork and the creator of it. Now, what happens? The NiftyD tokens equal to the artist's price plus the fees are withdrawn from the brand wallet and transferred to the DAO treasury. So the model we are imagining is that the brand has a wallet which has NiftyD tokens that they have pre-purchased because they have licensed these artworks, right? They're pre-purchased and they're in escrow kind of. And what we do is when that purchase happens, we take some NiftyD tokens from it and we move them to the DAO treasury. Now, here's the thing. This is very, very important. So let's go through it slowly. Let's say, for the sake of example, that you agree that each of your artworks for, like, let's say 1,000 artwork kind of scenario is $10. All right. Now, what is the amount that you're going to receive? You are going to receive $10. Why? Because when we negotiate with the customer and we present the price, we add on all the fees like sales commission that we have to pay some partner, the Dow fees, etc. They are on top of. So we want to make sure that when the agreed upon fee in this smart contract, whatever we say it is that you're going to get, that is what you're going to get. There's no less, like typically you're in the marketplace or whatever right now, when you go, you're going to get less than the amount that the buyer paid, right? Because there's fees that they take on. We have a different model. We want the artist to get the exact amount that's agreed upon. So what happens is those tokens make their way to the Dow Treasury, and from there, the Dow Treasury puts it into your wallet. All payments, everything, it happens in NFTD tokens. And this assumes, and this will be true, is that the NFTD token is liquid on a DEX like Uniswap or PancakeSwap or something. So you can at that point take those tokens and you can hold them, or you can go trade them for USDC, for ETH, for Bitcoin, whatever you want, your choice. We don't care about that. You can hold them. We'd love for you to hold them. All right. And that's basically the workflow that happens. So from the point where a project is sold and arrives to the time you submit a concept, you submit an artwork, someone buys it, that's the whole workflow. Now, I always maintain that what we are trying to do here is come up with a model for a sustainable income for you, the artist, right? That's not easy. It has not been done in 400 years. So how are we going to do it, next month or whatever? We are not. It's going to take some time. And this is why I make it clear to everyone again and again. Join the DAO if you believe in a vision of creating together, collectively, an environment where artists can have a sustainable income. Do not join the DAO because you think I'm going to buy your artwork. I'll see lots of people doing that, and they're going to be disappointed. I'm not just, this DAO is not about me buying your artwork. This is about creating an income for everybody. So the goal, my ultimate dream goal, is to make it possible for every artist to have an income of $50,000 per year. All right. So let's see how that might happen. So here's a scenario for income projection. All right. So you have to look forward a little bit and think about a time when there are 50, 100 projects. Different brands have all come up with different projects, and you go in there and you select the projects you want to work on. The projects will vary, right? Some will be low volume, some will be medium volume, some will be high volume, and some will be unique. So the number of instances that people buy, like the products, will vary, right? So let's look at row number 1 here. This project is a low volume project, and maybe there's 100 copies of it, of your artwork, that will be purchased, and maybe you decide to price that at $3. Now here's the thing, all right? There will be scenarios where we will let you price, but there will be scenarios where the brand has already stipulated we are going to pay X dollars. You have no choice, and you will see that. I'm going to show you the UI here shortly. We are working on, so you can choose to agree or not to agree on what the price is. And so if you sell those, the monthly income would be roughly $300 for a medium volume. So as the volume goes up, the price has to go down, and so that might be $500. A high volume product, the price per edition might be low, but you will get a higher monthly income from that. And for a very unique product, like say a car or something like that, it might be much more. These are just ideas. I have not talked to any brand yet about pricing because we are still very early stages, but I wanted to reassure myself that it was theoretically possible to come up with a model in which there would be a $50,000 annual income. And if you look here, this adds up to be around $4,300 a month, and that adds up to be approximately $51,000 a year. And do not forget one thing, this is recurring income. So you make artwork in month one, let's say January, right? It goes out there and it's sitting there and it's being sold. And depending on what the product is, it might be sold for a year, a quarter, a month. Like for example, if the product is seasonal, right? If it's for summer, it's only going to be sold during summer. But you get your artwork gets approved, it goes off, and then you don't have to think about it. The funds keep coming in. So as every month you build more and more, right? Of a stack. So it you don't even have to have a whole lot of artwork that you have to create if you pick the products or projects that have a sizable sort of recurring revenue stream. So remember, the goal here and really the goal to creating wealth is to make money when you're sleeping. All right, that's the most important thing. That's what we figured out in Silicon Valley, is with software we make money when we are sleeping. It doesn't matter what is happening out there. There's a website and people are buying stuff, we make money. um, right now with the marketplace world, you sometimes might make money when you're sleeping, and potentially, but it's one of one, right? Like you go there, or maybe it's 100 editions or something like that, but for low amount. But in order to get there, you had to put in a lot of time marketing, you had to put in a lot of time selling, you had to put a lot of time on social media. All of that gone. You have to do zero, you have to do no marketing, no selling, no social media, unless you want to, like this does not take away from your ability to go and still sell on marketplaces if you want to. We don't care about that, that's your call, right? What we want to do is free you to go to the studio and create art. So you do whatever you're passionate about. What we want to do is have you go through this workflow, submit your artwork, and then let the brand do the marketing. This is the best part of this that I think is not easy to grasp right away. None of the marketing has to happen by the DAO or the artist. The brand with the product is doing all the marketing. They are responsible for getting, and guess what? They don't even have to do a ton of marketing, right? They already have an audience, they already have customers. So if you go to a company that has tons of customers, all they do is put out an ad that says, hey, now you can do custom designs, blah blah blah. They do a campaign at their expense, and boom, what are they doing? They're selling your artwork, they are marketing your artwork, right? So this is really important to grasp, is you don't want to spend your time marketing, your time selling, your time on social media, unless you want to. You can do that. All right, so this is the workflow. And now what I want to do is walk you through the wireframes that I collaboratively developed with the product team. These are really raw wireframes, they are not like final design. So do not, and I repeat, do not leave with the impression that, oh, these are the final design. No, these are concepts. All right, these are, and as I said, I want to be totally transparent with you and show you things as they are happening, right? So you will see the evolution of this. They will get better and better, they'll have UX, etc. But conceptually, I wanted to explain things to you, so I said, you know what, I'm going to show you this, even though it might not be perfect. So let's do that. All right, if I can get my browser to work. All right, so artistic platform, what are we doing? Think of artistic as a platform like many others that you sign into. Let's say Google Drive, or I don't know what other platforms you have, like Twitter, blah blah, etc. Like there's lots of Canva. Canva is a good one. I'm trying to think of other platforms that you might use, where what you have is an integrated environment where you sign in and there's lots of different functionality. So that's what the artistic platform is, right? It's one platform where you sign in, and guess what? You sign in with a regular email and password. All right, this is an important. This is all, like, I recognize and we recognize that we're not going to get all artists on board onto this Web3 bandwagon like we already are, unless we make it easy for them. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to make it easy. Yeah, Black Inform says Behance, or yeah, platforms like that, right? Like it's an integrated platform. All right. So on this section, there's basically apps, and profile in the menu. So apps are the apps that the DAO is going to build, and we're going to start off with three apps, and profile is where you manage your profile. All right, let's just dive right into it. So the first app is Portfolio. So I've seen the drama that has been ensuing since Elon announced about the Linktree thing and then brought it back, etc. I see the quality of products that are out there right now for you to create a profile page, and I see people creating it, and uh, it's frankly very boring. Almost all of them are highly templatized, and all the artists, other than a variation in a banner or something like that, it all looks the same. You're artists, you're creators. You should be able to express yourself in many, many different ways. And we feel like we want to do that. We want to give you the ability to create not just a profile page, but any number of profile pages, depending on what scenario you have. And we don't want to constrain it to one blockchain. We want to present it. You're one person, right? Like maybe you have presence on four marketplaces and three blockchains, but you're still one person, one creator. Why can't we have an integrated approach where you can show your entire collection and your entire work and present it with a story? See, the most important thing that these portfolio pages right now fail to do is they fail to allow you to present your personality and tell a story. They are just a bunch of links. And that's not good marketing. Marketing, you need to show your personality, you need to show what you're about. And so that's the basis on which we have built this platform. And most important, it's decentralized, so it doesn't matter what happens, it's there forever, and you can edit things, etc. But no one can shut it down. You don't have to pay anything to keep it going, and that's how this will work. So basically, in the portfolio section, you can add a new page, and you can have as many as you want. And for any of them, you can set as your default. So we'll give you a URL. So you can choose a username, whatever it might be, and the URL will be niftypage.com. So that's NFTY. Sorry, nifty.page. I take that back. So let's say Kupti creates one, right? So it might be kupti.nifty.page. And for you have to decide which one is your default. And so when you do your default URL, that will come up. But you can create as many as you want and name them. So maybe you're going to NFT NYC and you want to have a special page for that. So then that would be your URL slash whatever it is. So in this case, NFT NYC, it would be slash NFT NYC. But you can create an unlimited number of pages, and you can edit them, you can preview them, etc. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to show you our work in progress. It's not done. We are still working on the NFT integration piece of it, but the part where you have to design the page designer, etc., is all done. And I want to give you an idea of how you can creatively express yourself. Right? So let's switch over to here, and this is kind of the dashboard you're going to see in here. This thing here that I'm showing here. This is a very bare bones version of it. All right, so let's add a page, and let's call this hello. All right. So sorry, I need to do that in lowercase. Hello, and we create a page. So this is gonna create that page here. I'm gonna click on edit, and this is gonna take me into a canvas. So the idea is that when you go here and you select edit, it's going to pop up this editor you're about to see in the window. So this is exactly what you have. So you have a blank canvas, and now what you can do is start editing the page. So what you have here is literally hundreds and hundreds of templatized sections of a page, and you can choose the ones you want. And we have a lot of automation in here. So there's sliders, there's beautiful splash images. We call them heroes in the web business. There's hundreds and hundreds of them. There are articles, so the idea is that, by the way, the images are all placeholders. You will replace them with whatever you want. There's image galleries, and really every kind of category of things that you can do. So let's start with a basic kind of slider. Let's say that you want to put this on there. All right, so you put this on there, and now you can see that there's some images. You can edit those. So let me go ahead and edit that. I see a couple of images there. Let me remove those, and I want to add my own images. So you go there. I'm going to add this one. All right, and okay, and then I'm going to add another one. And by the way, guys, this is still work in progress. So if things break, just assume we're going to fix it. We're still working on things. All right. All right. That first one did not show up for some reason. I'll fix that. Yeah, it's still not quite there yet, which is why it hasn't been released. Hello. Oh, I think there's a problem with that image. Okay, we'll take this one. All right, that's fine. Okay. And so, boom, you can edit that. You can edit the text. Hello, artists. Oops. Not very good at typing. You can do that. And then let's say that you want to add another section, right? Boom. So you go here and you say that, okay, now I want to add that underneath it. All right, cool. This is cool. So you can compose a page like that. You can just keep adding as much as you want and compose a page however you want. You can move things around. You have a lot of control over all kinds of options here, and we'll have a guide. The thing is, there's a lot of functionality, but you don't have to like use it all, right? You can choose the things you want. So you can also there's a whole lot of typography here, so you can choose the typography. So maybe I want this to be like really simplistic. Boom. So you can see that the typography changed. And you can preview it. You can look at other content blocks. So let's say that I want to add this one here. Boom. So we've got essentially the ability for you to have a really, really great experience. You can put buttons that go places. You can add photo galleries, things like that. So, excuse me. So once you're done creating this page, you can preview it. You can zoom it, etc. And here, I clicked on the wrong one. But that's what your page will look like when you're all done. And it will have all the effects, etc. So this is the idea here is you're not constrained. Now, there's one thing we're adding here, which you don't see, is you're going to see a button here called NFT. I'm going to explain that to you in just a moment. I need to explain the whole artistic platform to you. But we are going to create a component for you that has all your NFTs with these same templates. So these, like you saw me add static photos, right? You're going to be able to wire up your NFTs just the same way and be able to tell a story. Like it'll be gorgeous. It'll be truly beautiful. So there's the static part, which you provide, and there's the automated part, which our component will provide. That's the last piece that we are working on. And once that's done, we'll release the platform. Now, when you publish this will go to IPFS. That publish button is actually temporary because it's going to be here that you publish from. So we are changing that up a little bit to give you the management thing. But you can see here how this is the ability for you to express yourself however you want. We are not going to constrain you in any way. You can create amazing galleries. You can create static ones. You can create dynamic ones, etc. And of course, your NFT feeds will be there also. So that, my friends, is what we are building here for the portfolio page. And trust me, once it is released, it will be the absolute best profile page creator for artists anywhere. And the most important thing, decentralized. So it will not rely on anyone to pay their bill to make sure that your page is visible. It'll always be available in perpetuity. All right, so that is the profile page. I'm super excited about it, and it's This is my baby, and I'm really excited about having you use it and create it and really unleash your creativity. You're creators, you're creative. So you should have the full range of creative options. All right. The next thing. So we go from portfolio to projects. All right. Now, in projects, what you're going to see over time is every project that we have. And really, I think of it as two types of uh, 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 projects. Um, let's make it three types of projects. Actually, you know what? I jumped into projects and I forgot to tell you one very important thing. The portfolio pages you create, we are going to make the niftydreams.com homepage the primary showcase for your profile pages. So when you create a profile page, it is not up to you to market it. You can, but we are not going to rely on you. We are going to make the niftydreams.com homepage the main place for marketing those profile pages, the main sort of directory, if you will, of all artists who create a page. And we will have artist of the day there, where or artist of the week. We will interview you. We'll put up a video. We will put a cool newest profile pages categorized by type, photographers, 2D artists, 3D artists. So we're gonna make niftydreams.com homepage the gateway to all artists and your profile pages. So you create your best profile page, we will showcase it and show the world, and we will get people to that page. We will market it. We will do the marketing for you so that it brings people to your profile page. You don't have to rely. Remember, our goal is to have you do zero marketing, and that's what we're gonna focus on. So sorry, I forgot to mention that. All right, now back to projects. All right. So as we negotiate with brands or we come up with interesting ideas to collect art, you're going to see projects show up here. This is the gateway to the consignment model I talked about earlier. Anytime you interact with a DAO and you have to consign artwork, you're going to do it with the lens, like with the focus of a project. So it's per project. You participate in whatever project you want to. So here you see three projects, right? Divert Sneakers, which we've talked about quite a bit. So what does that represent? That represents a product consignment project, right? Pokerty, I've talked about that. That is my concept for using poker to get collectors to collect art. So what does that represent? That represents our gamification model for getting people to collect art. So one is product, one is gamification. And what is Mintbox? Mintbox is what I just talked about on niftydreams.com. We will have one product with all your portfolio pages. We will have a Mintbox. So a Mintbox is basically someone can buy a box that has 1, 3, 5, 10 NFTs. It's a box they buy, and then they can go shopping. They can go shopping and pick any of that number of NFTs from all over the site, and then they buy the box and then they get minted. So remember, our focus is not to ever have you mint first, it's always mint last. So mint box allows people to essentially choose from the niftydreams.com portfolio pages any artist they want. They see an NFT that's interesting to them, they add it to the box, and they can essentially create. It's like a package deal basically, but I don't want to focus too much on that because that's the future, right? Let's go into the first two models that are more important: product and gamification. And in fact, let's stay focused on product because that's the most important one that we are first working on, right? All right, so what happens when you go into the product one? Again, I'll just reinforce, these are not user experience designs. These are extremely rough conceptual wireframes, right? There's going to be a lot. This is to explain how this will work. This is not the design. We will create a kick-ass design. We have got kick-ass designers working on it. All right. So when you go in here, there's three main things that you're going to see. All right. You're going to see a description of the project. The first thing you can do is download the package so you can see the templates and the requirements. So every project will have different requirements, will have different financial terms, different licensing terms, etc. And it's up to you to agree or disagree with it. And if you don't agree, don't join the project. It's that simple. But if you join the project, it means you are okay with the terms that are proposed. So you download that package and you find the templates in there. So we're trying to figure out exactly how that will work, but most likely it'll be like a PDF format or something like that. And you can then, use those templates in your tool, whether it's Procreate or Photoshop or whatever it is, and make sure the mask is there so that your artwork fits precisely in there. That's going to be a little back and forth. No one's done this before. We got to figure it out how to do, right? The second step is where you consign the artwork. You go through that. And the third step is where you view the sales reports. So you can see, what you've sold, how many have been sold, and so on and so forth. All right. So the first step is the draft concept stage. And so remember I said in the workflow, there's a form and you go complete that form. Well, I just have two fields here, but there'll be many more fields there. It'll be like, uh, you want to provide a description, you want to provide the date when it was created, blah blah blah, etc. And then you upload the assets. There might be more than one asset. For example, if it's a car, there might be left panel, side panel, right panel, front panel, top, and so on and so forth. There might be multiple things that you have to provide that composes your complete artwork submission. All right, so this is concept. We're asking you to probably make pencil sketches at this point. You don't have to spend a lot of time, and you submit your interest by saying, okay, if I am approved, here's what I'm going to do. Right? Then it goes through a sort of a review phase, and there'll be some comments that go back and forth. So they might say that, oh, well, how about this, etc., blah, blah, blah. And then if you're approved, then you get to submit your final kind of package. And again, like I said, this is very, very high level conceptual screens. It's not intended to be the final UI. The final UI, will put a lot of thought into it to make sure it works. All right. And then when it's approved, like I said, that's when it actually is minted on, sorry, I take that back. I misspoke. It is added to our consignment smart contract. Scratch the minted part. I misspoke completely there. So we will always mint last. So at this point, there is a contract between you and the DAO, and you've consigned your artwork to the DAO, and you've agreed that we will sell X units, the price will be this, the license terms will be that, blah, 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 and all of that. And you can view that on Etherscan because it is in a smart contract. So this is literally a blockchain contract between you and the DAO that we have been approved to sell your work. All right. Now, next, what happens? Well, it goes, I don't have that whole part here, but everything that happens out of this application, right? This app, remember, it goes to the brand, and the customer sees your artwork in a gallery and they can choose it, and it goes on to a product, it gets manufactured, and all of that kind of stuff. So at this point, all you'll be able to do here is go into view reports and see your reports. And of course, we'll have notifications and all that. So you'll get a notification whenever someone buys it. And honestly, this is where that portfolio thing also comes into play, because we will expect that you have a portfolio page, because we want to show the buyer your portfolio page. We want them to see who you are. So, you might create a portfolio page specifically for Diverge sneaker sales customers. You might say, hey, thank you for buying my art on a sneaker. You have a video there, and say, if you want to reach me, I'm on Twitter, blah, 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 etc. So think about this customer who bought a random product on a random website somewhere on the internet, and they get an email with a link to your portfolio page where you are talking to them about the sneaker design you created, how you created, whatever. So this is the reason why the portfolio thing has many pages, because What you don't want is one boring page that is just your whole life history there. You don't want that, right? Those are called landing pages, all right, by the way, in marketing. So you want to create a landing page specifically for the customer of this project and tell them about how you created that artwork, whatever it was, introduce yourself, etc., and just be connected to the person. You can't do this if you go buy an artwork at IKEA or something like that. You don't know who that artist is, but here you have the opportunity to connect with the customer, and that's really, really exciting. Okay, so that is the whole project section. Let me see what the comments are. IBME says, "Ooh, Art, I'm loving this." Mayank says, "Can't wait to use it now." Mayank, I can't wait to use it too, but things take time to develop. Kupti says, "Would be a beautiful way to tell a story about your art pieces." Absolutely, yeah. We wanna make sure that you can really, really express yourself. And guys, ordinarily, um, someone like a company building this stuff would have like seed funding and would have a ton of capital, etc. We are doing this right now with no capital, right? I'm just basically funding it right now. So the other reason for having this artistic platform is to make it easy for benefactors to understand what we are doing, because even benefactors are a little confused. So this ties it all together and makes it actually easy for us to raise some capital. Martin asks, let's put that up there. Are there any blockchain fees for the artist to pay during the app's profile data upload? No, there's nothing. There's no. This is a Web 2 application, and even when it goes on contract, etc., there's nothing. Like look, uh, our goal is not to take money from artists. Our goal is to make money for artists. So you're not paying anything anywhere. You're you initially this platform is for the 10,000 dreamers, but later on, when we reach that, and I'm sure we will, and we have more artists, then we'll just add a standard software as a service kind of subscription model where it's like pay X for the basic level or the silver level or the gold level, and but that'll be for other artists. If you've got a Dreamer Pass, you're good to go. You don't have to pay anything. Let's see, any other questions? That's good. All right, so let's continue. All right, the third section of project of artistic is to empower you now. Look, we're building this. It's going to take some time. It's not like we just turn on the switch and all of a sudden we have 50 projects or whatever. This is a long-term vision and a long-term journey. It might take the better part of a year before we've even got like a dozen projects on there or whatever. It's going to take some time. But the reality is that right now there's marketplaces, and right now those marketplaces have few collectors and plenty of artists. So we want to make it easy for you to still be successful in this market. So the portfolio is one area that's going to set yourself apart, but insights is going to really be the killer area for you. So with insights, what we're going to do is give you awesome intelligence, and that's where the IQ part of artist comes into play, is give you awesome insights into yourself, collectors, and the overall market. So what we're going to do is essentially give you the ability to understand who your collectors are, when they purchased, how much, etc., the trends you see, you know. But more importantly, it's the collector insights. You can put in the address of any collector, and you can answer basic questions like, you know, how many artworks have they purchased, and get a breakdown by month. Which genres are they purchasing? What is the average price that they are purchasing at? When are they most likely to purchase? So there are hundreds and hundreds of questions you might have about collectors that are all opaque right now. You have no idea how to get those answers. But I always maintain that when you're marketing your artwork right now in this ecosystem, you need to pick two, three, maybe four collectors and just market to them. Forget the rest of the world. But right now, everyone is generally tweeting to every collector, right? You're not going to make many sales that way, and you already know that. You need to be targeted. And so with collector insights, you can identify the collectors that are most likely to buy your specific work, understand their buying patterns, understand their price thresholds, and then you can go and target them and make sales. So that's for collectors. And market insights gives you general insights into the overall NFT market in real time. So you can see how many artworks were sold last week, last month, last quarter, what uh, what were the top sales, who made the top sales. So in general, everything NFT art related, you're going to be able to see these insights in here. And this actually comes from a company I'm an advisor for. They've built a platform. I'll pull it up here so you can see it. It's for music creators. It's called Track.io, and music income is very opaque right now. And what they've done is make it easy for creators to really get deep insights into who's buying their music, how, etc. And so this the section that's there is built upon my learnings about this. Am I here somewhere? Probably. So Oh yeah, there I am, Nick Kalyani, technology advisor. Yeah. So that's what this is about. Is we want to give you intelligence because everything is there on the blockchain. It's just not there in a way that you can consume it. So seeing things visually as a graph, as a picture, you can see trends and you can understand that. So that's the insights part that we are working on. Okay, so we're not done. Now, let's go into the profile section into wallets. Now, almost every dApp you interact with these days has you connect and then gives you an experience. Honestly, I think that's complete garbage. I feel like they assume that you're going to have one wallet on one platform. Don't want that. So in the wallet section, remember I said Artistic is almost a Web 2 style app where you log in, with your email address and password or your Google login or whatever, that's it. But in the wallet section, that's where you tell us what your crypto footprint is. So we will start with Ethereum, but we will add other blockchains on here. And for each one, you can add as many addresses as you want. And everything that you see on this platform is going to be a complete visualization, a complete aggregation, if you will, of all the platforms. And of course, you can filter. You can say that, oh, today I only want to see Ethereum and I only want to see this one wallet. But tomorrow you want to see everything in one place, right? So that's what the wallet section is. We don't want to constrain you to one wallet on one blockchain. You pick as many as you want and you add them all on here, and whatever you've connected, we will use that. And by the way, I get messages all the time from people who really don't understand the concept of connecting a wallet. Let's just be very clear about one thing. When you click the connect button on a dApp, and what is exactly happening? The dApp is being told what your address is. That's it, nothing else. Now, if there's a dialog that comes up that says sign something, then you got to be careful because signing is where all the problems happen, where you sign a transaction that causes problems. But if you just connect, all you're doing is telling the dApp, my address is XYZ. That's it, right? It's pretty safe. You should not be worried about doing it. Be worried if there's a dialogue that says sign something, all right? Then you got to pay attention to what you're signing. But connect is very harmless, very benign, and it does nothing. And I'll tell you the context of what this comes up. So as you know, we've set up a VPN for Iranian artists, right? And on there, deliberately, we've set up a connect button. And I got feedback saying some artists are not going to do that because they are worried that it's some scam or something like that. First of all, read. There's plenty of information available about it, and don't make knee-jerk sort of decisions. And second, understand that connect is only giving your address to the dApp. You don't have to sign. If you don't sign anything, it's pretty harmless. So anyway, so this was I just wanted to educate on that. But anyway, so this is sort of the whole artistic platform we're building. Development is already underway, and things are progressing. As you can see, we've got large parts of the portfolio already done. The insights part, I'm working on the API myself. Actually, the catalog API, I've tweeted about it a few times. So the ability to actually query about all your NFTs and all of that kind of stuff is important. So and guys, we are doing this with a ragtag team. We have no money. All right, we are doing this uh, because we want to do it and we're going to build it. And so we'll get capital. It'll happen, but it's a bear market. I'm not going to wait until we have tons of capital in the DAO. But we also feel that seeing this artistic platform develop will encourage more artists to join the DAO and grow our community. You know, none of the artists joining now and getting Dreamer passes will get the tokens that I believe most of you got. The token deal is now off the table, but they will have the ability to access this, and this is true value. So just think about it. You know, all of this that we are building, you have a $20 Dreamer pass, and you're set. I mean, I don't know anywhere else where you can get this kind of awesome value. And yeah, we can change the price of that. We can reduce it or whatever. We can even make it free, but don't want to do that. I feel like people who are joining the DAO should really indicate their interest by putting down a little bit of money. It's not a lot of money. It's just a tiny amount of money. And we want to make sure that the people who are already on here, we want to give you good value. So that's what we are building. All right, let's see. Let's see if there's many questions. This is the time where you start asking questions about what you saw. Thank you very much for thinking so long term and creatively for artists. This is really very interesting. Yep, this is absolutely all long term. There's no short term anything here. Uh, Building this for the long term future for sure. My friend Mirna says this is great. Thank you, Mirna. I appreciate that very much. Uh, Black Inferno says, "Wow, not gonna lie, I love the idea. It would really help grow my community." Yep, the portfolio pages are designed to absolutely help grow your community because you're not one dimensional, right? You're a multi-dimensional person. You have different personas, how you present yourself, and we wanted the portfolio section to be able to express things selectively and differently whenever you want. Um, so and Shermela says, yes, when people pay, they feel more responsible and interested. Don't make it free. Yeah, we don't not gonna make the Dreamer Pass free. It's going to be paid for sure. Yeah, yeah. Vivek says, this is so cool. Thank you. Appreciate that. It's a lot of hard work, but it's definitely going to be very, very cool. I'm really, really excited about this platform and going to keep working hard to build it. What's this feedback here? Linktree is very monotonous and making your own web pages active. This is a very cool alternative to both. Absolutely love it. Huge thanks to you and the team for this. Yes, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Um, you know, so and our goal is to continue to roll this out, sort of, even as it's in development. So you'll be able to see alphas and betas and all of that. Martin asks, what stops a mischievous site hiding sign behind connect? You can't do that very easily because the sign dialog comes from your wallet. So when you click connect, there is no dialogue. There's nothing. You're done. You click connect and you're done. So if you see a dialogue, that means there's a sign transaction going on. Connect does not require a dialogue. But even when you sign something, it might be a good sign, like on many different platforms like Foundation or OpenSea, etc. When you sign a transaction to prove that you actually have ownership of that wallet, so you need to look at the transaction there. And I wish there was a way to really immediately verify that, but there isn't a good way for that. And yeah, I think the wallets need to get better and better at that. Okay, so we are at an hour here. I believe I have achieved my goal of kind of giving you an overview of what we are building. And as you can see, artistic ties together a lot of different things. So instead of telling you like, hey, here's a Diverge project, or here's a ProCarty project, or here's our page builder, etc., now it's artistic, one platform, and it's just different sections in there that are being built in parallel. And I showed you 3 apps there, but there might be more. but it'll always be on artistic. So we think of this as capturing all the value and all of it in easy to understand single login. You log in, and so this is like, Google or whatever, right? You log in and you have all these different apps, etc., whether it's sheets or docs or photos or whatever, or whether it's Apple, Android, whatever. So that's kind of what we are modeling. So you won't hear you won't hear sort of different brand names, etc., promoted. Artistic is it. That's our platform. That's the DAO platform, and everything we do, to the extent it can't fit in there. Like, we're not just going to dump everything in there, but it's going to be through this platform. And Sharmara says she loves the name artistic. Thank you. Love it myself. It's for the smart artist. It's that's what it is, to make you smarter than you already are, to make you even more smarter about what's happening in the world of NFTs, so you can make good decisions and get to that ultimate goal of making your livelihood through your art. So that's where we are. All right. I think that is it, folks. Thank you so much for spending this hour with me. I really appreciate it. You're going to see more updates on this. I'm going to do a Twitter thread so that other people can also learn about this, and show some screen videos, etc., and present it. But thank you. I really, 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 really appreciate your support. Dream on, dream big. Bye bye.